Good afternoon. My name is Miss Melody S. Cooper. I am the mother of now deceased Kwamena Ocran. Kwamena was born a prince. His family was from Ghana. His grandfather was a king. Um, his father passed away 3 months prior to Kwamena's death, so Kwamena became the king. His grandmother and him were making preparations to go back to Ghana so that he could be crowned king of their tribe. That didn't happen because the grandmother passed away January 4th. The insurrection happened January 6th, and my son was executed January 8th. Kwamena, he started preparing four-course meals at the age of 12. At 14, he learned auto mechanics from his father. He was an avid athlete, a role model. He also won several trophies for football in the states of Maryland, Virginia, and Delaware. My son also played baseball. He received a silver and bronze medal for swimming and was recognized on CNN. He taught his niece how to swim when he was 15 and she was only 4. My son became a state certified Maryland licensed roofing contractor at the age of 21. He was an outstanding rap artist. He started rapping at the age of 2. His favorite artist was DMX. He could rap the whole CD at the age of 2. One day, his father and I was driving to work. We worked for the same company, Ford and Dodge, in I think it was Alexandria, Arlington. And after 3 songs passed, we wanted to take Kwamena to his daycare center. After 3 songs passed, the father says, did you hear that? He just rapped 3 songs back to back. I said, just play the whole CD. So Kwamena did so, rapped the whole CD. My son wrote his own lyrics. He composed and arranged, performed, and recorded his own music. He released a couple of CDs at the age of 16, as well as the last 2 weeks before his death, he wrote a song. It's called Cut the Grass and Release the Snakes. Or shall I say, Reveal the Snakes, in which was a premonition of his own death. And he would be executed by the collaboration between his girlfriend, his friend, her baby father, and the unlawful officers that goes by the title of Street Crime Unit in Gaithersburg, Maryland. On January 8th, there was an officer, a homicide detective, that called me around 11 p.m. and stated that my son had succumbed to some shots that was ejected by police officers. So I asked her, well, when did this happen? She said at 5:50 p.m. this afternoon. So I said, it's after 11 o'clock now. I said, I'm on my way. She asked me for what? I said, what do you mean for what? You said you killed my son. So of course, you're gonna see me now. So she wanted to know who I was coming with, which direction I was coming, named some people, and I said, excuse me. She said, so where are you coming from? What are you driving? Which direction are you coming, and who are you coming with? I said, I'm coming with Jesus Christ, and I'm not going to be answering no questions because I'm the one asking them. Anyway, when I got to town the next day, I did look around. I went to the crime scene, and there was one officer sitting in the parking lot, so I noticed she was watching me, so I tried to approach her. She left that parking lot and went to another parking lot. So I went back to the crime scene. I started taking pictures, and I said, this is where he died at, and I seen bullet holes straight down in the grass, in the ground. But by the time, after them having him lay there for 7.5 hours, while they tried to cover up the initial crime that they committed of shooting him in the back while he was fleeing from them. He was not a threat. He did not have any weapons in his hands as they always perpetrate that someone had a weapon and he pointed a weapon and he shot a weapon. Basically, Kwamena died right before he hit the ground because they targeted on his left shoulder blade, which the bullets came out his chest. He went straight down. The first officer that approached him, the news said attempted CPR, which was a lie. The first officer then kicked his body over and continued to shoot him in the private areas a few more times. And they actually kicked him all the way from the concrete over to the grass. By the time they allowed the media to see, which was a helicopter, my son was actually on his back up against the wall 100 feet away from where he died from. Anyway, Kwamena was a very loving son, a wonderful brother, terrific nephew and cousin, a loyal friend. They have stolen my baby from me, in which a part of my soul has been ripped out. As a result of my son's death, I will never be whole again. It has taken my livelihood from me. As it stands, when they had the grand jury hearing, the prosecutor stated to me that he had several lists of charges ready to indict. And then he turned at me and looked so emotional and said, but the state's attorney wouldn't allow him to go any further. To the point that he stated that they put him out of the courtroom as the officers were making their statements. There are several things that came up in the grand jury hearing that proved that the officers just had a perfectly planned execution of my child, nothing short of a modern day lynching. So there it is. We didn't get any justice for my son as of yet. I did write the Attorney General's office. He stated that I should write him again with some facts, and since I do have the documentations of the grand jury hearing, I will take that information and resubmit it and pray that the right person goes over it so they will go ahead and reopen my son's criminal case. As a result, now we have a civil case against the 4 unlawful officers in the city of Gaithersburg, in which I hope there will be justice and justice shall prevail. And I'm here right now because I ran into this young lady. I met this young lady, Mia Thornton, at Miss Carr's event for Eric's last birthday celebration. And she and her mother, we introduced ourselves to each other, and she, as I was leaving, she stated to me, what is your name again? And I stated, my name is not important, but would you please remember my son Kwamena's name? And from there, she kept in touch with me, and she stated that she had to do something. And that, once she stated that, I was thinking, wonderful, there's another platform that I can get my son's story out, because if it wasn't for Miss Marion Ray Hopkins, I wouldn't have met Miss Carr, and through Miss Carr, I would have never met Miss Thornton. And I hope to continue to meet different individuals, as well as through Miss Marion, I was able to meet a wonderful lady. Her name is Miss Juanita Young, the mother of Malcolm Ferguson, which is sitting over there in the pew as well. And through these people, I want to thank everyone that supports all the families, because without the support of the community, there will never be any change, because there will never be anyone standing behind and beside us. So I just want to thank Mia and everyone here today for being here and listening to our stories. Again, I am the mother of Kwamena Ocran. Thank you.